start a presentation at Royal Roads University, we really want to acknowledge the land that we are on. Wonderful.
Okay.
And here we go with the graduate certificate. Thank you.
Yes, great. Thank you very much. So the Graduate Certificate in Science and Policy of Climate Change is a relatively new program. It was designed to respond to the climate crisis that we're in. I've been trying to get a program like this off the ground for many years, and thank goodness the time has come. This is a wonderful program, and I like to say that it is the most efficient way, because it's only 3 courses. They're packed courses, but it's the most efficient way to gain credentials in the climate field. So people become climate professionals at the end of this. And these are people who may have been working in environment all along, but now would be considered climate professionals, working in government agencies, federal government, all the way through to local government who are doing climate adaptation plans, greenhouse gas mitigation strategies, etc. The first course in this program is the science part of the science and policy of climate change. So it really investigates the causes, the nature, and the impacts of climate change. Although I say it's science, it's also for non-scientists. This is sometimes a difficult balance to achieve, but I like to say that the course is taught in English, not in math or in any esoteric scientific terms, but it does cover the ground of the scientific understanding of the issues of climate change. And I think that's absolutely critical if you're going to work in the field. Go ahead, Nancy, you can go to the second one. I'll come back to the courses, but the credits are offered in partnership with EcoCanada. Again, it's entirely online. You can take it as a standalone certificate. You don't need to be in MEP, in the Masters in Environmental Practice. You can take it as a standalone certificate. The courses are also increasingly available as electives in many programs at the university. Last year, for instance, we had people from the MBA program who did the full certificate as part of their MBA. It was great. And also we have many students in our own program in environment and management and in environmental education and communication, as well as our Masters in Interdisciplinary Studies. So these are lively classes because they have a lot of diverse people in them, and I love them. Okay, Nancy, go ahead. Who is it for? Environmental professionals with undergraduate degrees who want to move into the burgeoning field of climate science and policy. Also, again, as I said, for people who want to transition into the climate field and into climate careers. And then people who have been working in climate but want to expand their knowledge base, because there are really not very many programs around in climate change. And this gives you a full certificate in climate change. And again, because it's offered in collaboration with EcoCanada, people who want to attain the professional environmental professional designation. Mid-career professionals considering a career change, I've got climate on the brain, and international students. Thanks, Nancy. Go ahead.
Thank you. And I had a question earlier before the webinar of someone asking, can they start with the GC, the graduate certificate, and then move to the master? Okay.
Yes, they can. And that means that they can simply apply for and register in the GC. And then after they've completed it, or even if they're halfway through, they can apply to the MEP program and go into that. Or wait for a few years and do it. Also, I have students who graduate from the MEP program and they come back and do the GC as a sort of a professional, like a major But anyway, so
That's very good. Yeah, just to keep
yeah,
themselves updated.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So I started talking about the courses, and now I'll return to the courses. Starts with the university-wide academic integrity course. It's a 2-week online course. Doesn't take long, takes only about an hour to complete over that 2-week period. Then the first course is the Science and Impacts of Climate Change. As I said, it looks at the nature of climate change, the causes, and the impacts of climate change. The next course is the Climate Policy and Governance course. So it talks about governance and policy from the local to the global. And the final course is the Climate Solutions course. And I don't ever like to talk about problems without talking about solutions. And as you know, climate change is a very serious global problem, but there are solutions. And in this course, the students again do a practicum or a placement with an organization that is trying to address climate change. And the students help that organization address climate change and also learn about what that organization is doing. And there's a huge diversity. I'm teaching this course now, and I'm always amazed at how different all the placements are. And the students learn about those climate solutions from each other's placements. It's wonderful. Thank you. I think that's it, Nancy. Oh yeah, I'll talk a little bit about the partnership with Eco-Canada. This is a really wonderful partnership that we've had from the very beginning of the EP courses, the Bachelor's in Environmental Practice, the Master's in Environmental Practice, and now the Climate Certificate. As I said, Eco-Canada is the sector organization for the environmental workplace in Canada, and if you're not members of Eco-Canada, I urge you to become members. They have a wonderful job board, which is really excellent for people who are job hunting. And they try to keep up with the employer demands in the sector so that we can focus our education to the kinds of jobs that there are out there and the kinds of careers that are out there. And basically they promote sustainability in Canada by matching up educational institutions like ours with the workplace. Thanks, Nancy. Okay, so the future of environmental work. I always say this is a little conservative because, as you know, the environmental workplace is exploding and climate careers are exploding. But basically, these figures talk about the growth of environmental work. So about 620,000 environmental careers in Canada, new jobs created, and openings due to retirement. So these are very great, these are skills very much in demand in the Canadian workplace. Thanks. Nancy.
Thank you, Leslie. And I see a question. Can I become a member of Eco-Canada before completing the master's program?
Yes.
Yes.
That was an easy one.
Wonderful. I hope it helps. I know I'm part of their newsletters. I like to receive it because, as you mentioned, it's so informative. We learn so much.
Yeah, I always say that our partnership with Eco-Canada keeps us real. Royal Roads University is not ivory tower. We're very focused on solving problems, applied learning. But we carry that even farther with our partnership with Eco-Canada. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you, Leslie. And I really like what you mentioned as well. And this is what I keep hearing from your graduates of the program. It's that what they learn is very what they apply in their day-to-day work. So I think this is why we go back to school. We really want to learn and apply it. So that's very, very interesting.
Yes, all my students use their jobs to do their coursework. Basically, they work on the problems that they're already facing in their jobs, and they bring that new learning into their jobs, and the employers really appreciate that.
Yes. So if you are a Canadian citizen, permanent resident, or refugees, you can connect with learn.more@royalroads.ca. If you're coming from abroad, feel free to use the learn.more.international@royalroads.ca. You can also reach the school, the program directly at rru-ses@royalroads.ca. And we have a new WhatsApp code, so you can just scan the WhatsApp code with your phone to connect with one of our team members. To go on Google maybe and look for Changemaker Campus. This is a very cool accreditation and we're super proud of it.